joining us. Let's see how we go with our section of my section today. So let me first of all do this quickly. Okay. Yes. So I want to say thank you so much for trusting us to deliver what we are delivering, and also for gaining more knowledge on this amazing platform. So we want to appreciate you. Thank you so much. So I have started my journey since May with you on mindset and personal development. Why did I choose this topic together? Because I cannot talk about personal development and not talk about mindset. And I cannot talk about mindset without personal development. And that is why I combine both mindset and personal development together. We've started this journey since May, like you said, and we're rounding it up in this July. And we're using Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10 a.m. to roundly around 2 o'clock. And the modules that we are covering on this particular diploma program: mindset, personal development, emotional intelligence, artificial intelligence, financial intelligence, leadership, and management. And we want to give kudos to all our great lecturers that has been sitting down tirelessly to teach us on all these various topics. I could have loved to involve Professor Carradine, but Professor Carradine is already 71, and I'm not too sure that he will sit down for a long time to be teaching us on various. But we appreciate him joining us anytime he's free to just share from his own wisdom. Okay, so this is myself, and now we just go straight to the point. First of all, I want to remind you again of all my assignments. Please, if you haven't done them, please submit your assignments to yyci.academic@gmail.com. My very first assignment was this one. Second assignment was that one. Third assignment, I have the 3A and 3B assignment, personal development. Another fourth one was for mindset and personal development assignment. We also had assignment 5, which is very, very important for every one of us to assess ourselves and practice our thinking, because that is what we did on that particular section, and we gave you the assignment to continue checking how you are thinking, what you are thinking, and to assess it and see how benefit those thoughts are for you. We also, that is the continuation of this assignment 5, which is that one. Then we had assignment 6, where we talk about the 5 stages of personal development. What do you believe in? What keeps you motivated? What's your value? It's a matter of just for check on ourselves, how we are developing ourselves. And then the assignment 7 was the one of last week, when we were talking about the purpose. How do you understand the purpose? And then write your own purpose statement so that you can place it somewhere and keep checking it to remind yourself what other hints of reviewing and finding your purpose. What is your purpose? Discuss all these principles using your own words of how you can apply those ones we've written over here: the awareness, responsibilities, self-belief, and many more. And then the last question: what are the importance of these principles in discovery of your purpose? So that was the assignment 7. So, but we have our assignment 8 already. But before then, that's gonna be an interesting assignment for you. But let's move on quickly to my section today, so that I don't waste most of your time, and we'll be able to finish up before Professor Mary joins us later. Right, we're talking about mindset and personal development, but one of my brilliant statements is wisdom is the principal thing. And in all our getting, we get understanding. But better understanding of life, which can lead you to better and quality performance and to fulfill your purpose in life, can only start by your personal development, self-actualization, and self-love. Also, to assess ourselves, situations, and challenges. So we have the ability, and that is why we are helping you through this type of model. Okay. Also, I want you to understand that um, mindset is everything. And without renewing mindset, there will be no change. And I believe that the main reason why you are doing this course is because you want to have a change in your life, in your relationship, and also in your profession. Let me quickly tip in this. I know we didn't start with this, but I'm just looking at my previous notes and I just decided let me add this to it. So what do you mean by development? Remember, we're talking about the personal development. So what do you mean by development? Development is a process that creates growth, brings in progress, and positive change. Development is an healthy sign that you are not standing idle, that you are engaging your mindset. Two aspects of development are economic growth or increase in people's income. So when you've already developed yourself, then you start thinking about the purpose. Your purpose is an assignment. An assignment first, like I said, is any businesses you can think of. The purpose of those business is to solve problems. So the process of developing or being developed, an event constituting a new stage in a changing situation. So like I said right from the beginning, once you know who you are, once you know your why, once you know your purpose, once you know what you are doing, once you can set up your goals and have the objectives of how you want to carry on and plan yourself, then you are in the right track. And that one will change every situation that you want to change or any situation you find yourself or other people that you want to help. So that is very important. Okay. So development is a perpetual journey marked by perpetual evolution, spanning personal, professional, societal, and economic spheres. It involves assimilating novel skills, your knowledge, and encounter to fortify individual powers and catalyze positive impact within community. That's the main reason why we develop ourselves. We want to show up, we want to impact people's life, we want to influence, we want to make a change, we want to transform, we want to make a difference. It all starts with your own first personal development. I'm even not too sure that personal development is part of SDG of United Nations. And I think that this is very, very okay. Maybe it can relate to the well-being. Maybe, but it could have been be easier if we make it on its own as a SCG, because personal development is as important as any other SCG, the 17 SCG. If you believe with me, please type yes, I agree on the chat box. Personal development should be more focused on than any other thing, because if you can develop yourself, then any other things can come up. Remember, I always say this: no one can change anybody. You cannot change anyone, but you can change yourself. But the good part of it is that if you can develop and change yourself, then you can now influence into others. What are you changing about yourself? That's very important. Are you really growing? Are you developing yourself? Are you transforming your lives? Because if you are not ongoing transforming yourself, I wonder what you are giving to the society. And I wonder how you are influencing your followers. That is how important this personal development is. Thank you so much for responding. Thank you so much, Princess Victoria and Dr. Omotola. Thank you so much. Okay, so I have a question for you, like I always do. Remember, we are walking you through critical thinking. And for critical thinking, for you to practice or activate your critical thinking, you need to be answering so many questions. Ram, the questions that I want to ask you quickly. Do you think you can become, you can be, and do more than what you are doing right now? Do you need motivation and help to develop perseverance to pursue your life goals? Do you want to develop the mindset that will push you to improve your character trait that will lead you to unlimited success in life? Those are very important questions. Very, very important questions. Let us not miss this. It's about you, what you want. It's about you, how you want to become in the next 10 years. It's about you, what you want to achieve. It's about you, how you want to influence into other people's lives. And it's about you, how you want to make an impact in the society. So that's why you need to ask yourself these three questions. And I will repeat it again because I want you to think about this. Do you think you can become? That means if you know yourself and you know your ability, you know your strength, you know your weakness, you know how you can overcome your weakness or how you can improve, you know how you can overcome your challenges. So I'm asking you questions. Do you think it is possible for you to become, to be, and to do much more than what you are doing right now? The second question is, do you need motivation and help to develop perseverance to pursue your life goals? Because I believe that's one of the reasons why we mentor you on this platform. Is because you want that motivation. Yes, you can motivate yourself, but sometimes when you are in the networking like this, you are motivated. Take for instance, we just heard from Professor Kairodin. So I'm sure one tablet of his words means a lot to us. And we can have Professor Suprata that has been teaching us for the past 1 hour. So through that, you know that you can be motivated to carry on this part of these new technologies, this AI. You can face it, you can deal with any challenges around it. So, do you need motivation and help to develop perseverance to pursue your life goals? If you need that, then you should be looking for your mentor. You should be choosing your mentor and you should be willing to work with your mentor. Part of my mentoring skills, part of my mentoring program is this kind of diploma, which I arranged with my team so that I can be available for any of you to learn from others on this same platform. Then the question is, do you want to develop the mindset that will push you to improve your character trait that will lead you to unlimited success in life? That is why we encourage you that you need to shift your mindset from fixed mindset to growth mindset and from negative to positive. So are you developing it? If you have already shifted, or you've determined that you don't want to think the way you're thinking before, or you've determined that you want to rise above the present situation and you want to make a change, you want to have a transformation, that's why your mindset needs to be shifting. And then the question is, are you ready to develop that mindset? And one of the reasons, we've said it several times, one of the ways of developing your mindset is keep learning, keep reading, keep researching, keep attending past master classes, seminars, workshops, conferences. Keep watching videos that can challenge you, that can channel you. Okay, let's move on. I believe my questions are well understood. So again, there are many aspects to this subject of personal development. The Business Dictionary defines it as the process of improving oneself through such activities as enhancing employment skills, increasing consciousness, and building wealth. So personal development is anything that helps you to achieve your best self. Simple as ABC. That's why I'm surprised that many people are not taking this personal development. They are not taking this diploma serious. They are not joining us. I remember when we first announced for people to register their names, we have about more than 40 that registered for this diploma. But as time goes on, some people don't even bother to join us at all. I mean, if you want something, you will go for it. Les Brown will say that if you really, really want something, you will be hungry. You'll be hungry for it. You will go for it. No matter the obstacles, no matter the situation, no matter the challenges, you go for what you want. You go for it. We've discovered as well, we've covered some of this. That's why I'm a little bit faster on all these ones. We've covered mental. The first of the 5 areas of personal development is all about growing your mind. You can partake in many mental personal development activities just as what we are doing now. So learn something new by taking a class, read a book, watch an informative YouTube video. It's possible to grow in your career, increase your productivities, and much more with just a few minutes of daily and weekly dedication. Remember, we've mentioned all this. So I'm just adding more to it for you to understand how powerful it is to develop yourself. So the question is, have you already given thought to investing in your mental well-being? Some of it can be more costly. I remember when I started developing myself, because I'm still developing myself, I have to invest. I have to borrow money from other sources, including bank, for me to invest myself in this public speaking, in writing, in publishing, in designing, in building confidence, and many, many more. So you have to invest into your life. Anything you invest in your life is not a waste. You are preparing yourself for greatness, because any opportunity, great or small, they might be coming your way. And the only way for you to be successful in those opportunities is when you've already fully prepared yourself. And no matter your level of education, whether you are professor or doctor or other thing, you still keep on learning. And that is the way you can develop your mental score. The second one is social, getting better at communicating. What do you know? How do you communicate it for people to understand? How do you also listen to others? Because if you want people to listen to you, then you should be prepared to also learn from others, because we don't know it all and no one is perfect. So getting better at communication is a subject of category. In my opinion, this category is most overlooked. And that is why we have so many of us failing, making mistakes every day. There is nothing bad in failing, as long as you learn from your failures and mistakes. Social development can be facilitated through learning a new language, improving your public speaking, practicing active listening. How many of us are ready to go to any platform, and all what you want to do is just listen and learn from others? and not just being anxious and preparing for youth to just speak. How many of us want to do that? I remember one of our goals in Y.Y.C.I International, and that is what we always practice during our transformational leadership conference. Don't come and speak and go. Come and share, and at the same time, learn from others. That's the way to develop yourself. So social media, so that is one reason why we can improve our public speaking. The main reason why we created the platform is for people to come and practice their public speaking. And not only just public speaking, but global public speaking. But people can take that for granted because they don't understand why this platform is being created, why all those conferences are being organized. So the question now is, when was the last time you engaged in any of these activities? Think about it. When? It's okay for you to be famous. I mean, I've reached a certain age now that I don't need famous. I need to just develop myself to help others. Because the more I can develop myself, the more I can make myself better, the more I can impact into other people's lives. Any other thing can come up. But your character, your attitude, your behavior is as important than you creating wealth. Your promotion, your certificate, and every other thing, yes, will get you there. But what you need is sustainability. You need something that will sustain you, that will make you to be growing and developing and be promoted. And this can be done when you personally develop yourself and not to the extent that you were able to solve other people's problems. Very important. That is why we have the project. That is why Dr. Fatai has his own project. That is why Dr. Motala has has her own project. Even Princess Victoria and Ambassador Oluwatobi Oyedemi. That's why you have all these projects. The project is that you have developed yourself to a certain level to think about other people's needs. And you are solving those problems for them. If you don't develop yourself, you will not appreciate life. And you will not appreciate other people. So the main reason why you are thinking about other people, that you want to add value to them, you want to feed them, you want to help them, you want to empower them, is because you understand the level, you understand the meaning of personal development. You are giving to the society. You can't give what you don't have. But when you have a very good mindset, then you will think about others. Let's move on quickly. Spiritual. For each person, spiritual growth can mean something different. It's not really necessary religion. In my own opinion, it includes anything that helps you feel peace and you connect with your true self. Activities that fall under this category range from prayer, reading the Bible, taking time to meditate, walk in the nature, shut yourself down for a while to think about lives, to appreciate what you have, appreciate who you are, appreciate what you have done so far. Because the more you can think, the more you can thank, the more you can appreciate what you're doing and what others are doing for you. The more you can think, the more you get more. Have you seen? So if you can think and if you can thank, then you can get. So appreciate God Almighty. Appreciate who you are. Appreciate the ability to do what you are doing. When you wake up this morning, not everybody in the whole world wake up the same time. Some people, they've gone, but you are still alive. And when there is life, there is still hope. Appreciate that. You wake up this morning, you can raise your hands, you can raise your body, you can think, you can see, you can do everything. Appreciate that. It's very important. And then emotion, developing one's emotion well-being can be emotionally draining. Yes, and that's why we have people like Professor Mary coming on this platform to teach us how we can manage our emotions. This can make it easy to ignore it, and I've done my fair shares of this. And that's why I always tell people, do what you can do and leave the rest. Do your best and leave the rest. Do what you can control. Be you and be yourself. Don't copy, don't compare, and don't compete. Because it is when you start competing and start comparing yourself that you are putting yourself down. And then in the midst of it, you feel you become frustrated and feeling sick. So it's very, very important. Now the question is again, can you recall any activities that you have done before? Did they help you anyway? Any activities at all? It could be project, it could be anything you have done for yourself and you have done for other people. Can you think about it? And can you think how helpful that thing is in any way? Okay. So, and then physical. We've reached our last category of our 5. Now, I hope you have figured out that personal development is about your own self, your whole personality. When practiced correctly, our goals here isn't to focus on one aspect of one life. You have to think about all: mental, social, spiritual, physical, emotion. Exercise is only one part of physical personal development. I did one of it yesterday, and sometimes I overdid it, and then I feel a little bit pain on my back. But exercise is very, very important. Additionally, you should look at eating habits, sleeping habit to gain a complete understanding of this category. You need to help yourself in this area. I mean, like the suggestion, 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night, meal preparation, and make sure you sleep. You see your doctors regularly. There's a word that says that prevention is better than cure. Why don't we prevent ourselves before the illness, before any uncertainty? And then the rest we can think about it later. Okay, so I would like to pause here. Let me ask quickly if Professor Mary, because even though you said you will join us 12:45, I can see that you've joined us already. Do you want to start your program? Because I know your section, because I know we missed you dearly on Wednesday. And I think today is your last section, so you can have as many times as you want to teach us and to round up, because this will be our last section for this our diploma program. So please, let's relax and gain as much, and also ask our questions, and then she'll be able to send us the answer. So that means for the rest of the July, I will be chasing up your assignment to give to her, because you have enough time now to do the assignments. Okay, hold on a second, please. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your patience. So, Prince, Ambassador, Dr. Fatai Toromade, thank you for your patience. You've been with us throughout today. We really appreciate you. Ambassador Dr. Fatai Toromade is our director of Y.Y.C.I International Royal African and Global African Royal Council. So, and through him, we've got a lot of connection, and even together with Appleton Private University. So I really appreciate him, and he's always checking on us regularly to make sure that we do not misuse the opportunity he's rendering to Y.Y.C.I International. And he has already connected us with so many royal traditional rulers, especially in Africa, and that will give us more rooms to reach out to the community, our individual community. So we want to say thank you, sir, for joining us today, Dr. Prince Ambassador Fatai Toromade, and he's doing an amazing job in Africa. And people like that as encouraging, inspires me to always look back and visit my hometown. So thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate you. Okay, so let